Hi, Ronald.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening. How's it going?
Fine.
All right. I'm happy to hear that. Tell me, how was your day?
Uh, like always, today I presented my project.
Your project
Yes,
or your study or what?
yes. It's a
Okay.
study
You
for
are
the
studying
master.
at the university.
And, yes, but this project was to the
Ah,
Código
yeah.
Academy.
Okay. That's awesome. That's awesome. That is great. Okay. But you're also studying at the university, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I
What are you studying?
I study engineer.
Yeah. Ah, yeah. System engineering.
Yes,
Yeah, that's awesome. It must be a little difficult, right?
yes.
Yeah, I imagine
Math,
it is. What?
math.
Mathematics, yes.
Yes.
Of course, it's always a little difficult. Okay, but yeah, that's great. That's great that you uh,
Thank
are continuing studying. All right, we're going to try to get started with today's class. We will just begin with some questions here to begin with the conversation. To get started with the topic. Okay, so just some questions here. Okay, let's see. Let's begin with this one, Ronald. What do you usually do before going to bed?
I usually drink water.
Okay, you usually drink water?
Yes.
Yeah, that's to stay hydrated. That's right. And also, I guess that joining to the class, right, to the English class. Yeah, like what time do you usually go to bed?
11.
11?
Yes.
Yeah, that's late. Right, that's late.
Yes.
It's late. Yeah, because we finish classes at 10, then yeah, like 11 is it's late. Okay. What about Emmanuel? How are you? How's it going?
Hi, sir. I'm fine. Just right now, watering the plants.
Sorry?
Just a moment. I was watering plants.
Oh, you were watering the plants.
Yes.
Okay, that's
And
great. Great for your
yes,
plants.
and brush my teeth.
Sorry?
Brushing my teeth.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That's great. So that's what you do before going to bed, or what?
Um. Normally, uh, just how to say, say, brush my teeth.
Yeah, I guess. Yes, right. Exactly. Okay. Let's see. What about her son? Hello, her son. How are you?
Hello, I'm good, and you?
All right. I'm also good. Thanks for asking. Tell me, Herson, what do you do after classes?
Uh, Maybe take a rest.
Yeah, it's a little difficult, right, to be using your brain
Yeah.
depending on the class, of course. Okay, so it's normal. Okay, that's great. Let's go with one more. Okay, let's see, Ronald, tell me, what time do you wake up on Sundays?
Actually, on Sundays, I wake up at 7 a.m.
At 7 a.m.?
Yes, 7.
Okay, so it's It's not late that much, but it's not that early either.
Yes, it is a nice time.
Yeah, nice time, I guess. That's true. Okay. Hello, Daniel. Good evening. How's it going?
Hello, and today I I'm fine.
Okay.
And yes, I have a lot of uh dreams. I want to sleep right now.
Ah, yeah, you say I
It's
am really sleepy, you can say.
it's sleepy. Okay, okay.
Yeah, I'm
I
really sleepy. I will type it in the chat. Yeah, well, what were you going to say?
no, nothing.
Okay,
Nothing.
that's the way you can say I'm really sleepy. I know. Yeah. There are some days where you feel more sleepy than others, especially if you have been working hard. Let's go with one more question. Okay, let's see. Gerson, tell me which month is your birthday?
In October.
October. Okay, that's great. That's great. Is it the 5th of October by any chance?
The what?
The 5th?
The,
Yeah,
the fifth?
yeah,
I don't understand.
yeah. When you talk about dates, you
Uh,
use the 1st of October, the 2nd of October, the 3rd, or the 5th means 5. You don't say the 5th of October, but the 5th. So I'm asking you, is it by any chance the 5th of October?
the day
Yeah, your birthday.
uh is 27.
Ah, yeah, I was asking if it was the 5th because I'm also from October and mine is the 5th.
Oh,
No, it was not the same.
oh, yeah. My mine is 27.
27th, okay. Yeah, usually when you talk about dates, you use it. You use these types of numbers, right? So in your case, you should say the 27th, like this: the 27th, okay, the 3rd, the 2nd, the 1st, the 4th, the 5th, the 7th, the 6th. When you talk about days and the months, that's how you say it. For example, my birthday is on July the 30th. The 30th. Need to say the okay on June the 13th. 13th. And so on. You need to use these types of numbers. Just a reminder. Let's go on. Another question. Maybe nobody knows that. Let's see, another question. Okay, let's see. Emmanuel, what about this one? Can you help me? What do you usually do before leaving home every morning?
Um, usually make my breakfast, brushing my teeth,
Okay,
drink the water, eat, um, wash the dishes.
okay, yeah, that's important too.
Yes.
Are you sure you
For,
wash the dishes?
yes, for
Okay,
not accumulating in the pila.
yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, that's great. Let's go for another one. Let's see. Daniel, what do you usually do after 10 p.m. every night after class?
I usually going to my bed and watch TikToks
Okay,
or play video games.
what video games do you like to play?
Uh, right now, I like a lot of Cult of the Lamb. It's a new game
Cool of the Land.
of the Lamp.
Ah,
Yes.
okay. I don't know the game, but it sounds interesting. What is it about?
It's about you are ah, the game have a lot of word of sectas, and I don't really know the words. Sorry.
No, don't worry, don't worry.
You have sectas and you manage it.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Sounds interesting. Okay. Let's see. Ronald, what do you usually do after eating dinner at night?
I usually eat beans.
What?
Beans.
Ah, beans. That's what you usually have for dinner.
Yes.
Okay.
Beans with no sé cómo se dice tortilla.
Tortilla.
Así nomás. Tortilla.
Yeah. What happens is that there are no English word for these names. It doesn't exist an English word. You just change the pronunciation, right? The same happens with mango, right? Mango, taco, and burrito. So that all of those words in English, in Spanish, sorry, don't have a translation into English language because they are from our culture, right? Tortillas. That's why you just have to pronounce them differently. But it's the same spelling, and they are Spanish words. They don't have translations to English. I mean, probably there's something similar to a tortilla, but still they call it like that, tortilla. Okay.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Okay. Well, yeah, I'm showing you these questions just to get started, because today we're going to be talking about time expressions. This is going to be the topic, right? The different time expressions we can use um, to talk about time relation. And basically, also we use them when we want to make sequences um, related to events in the past. We're going to be studying these time expressions or adverbs. Sometimes they work as prepositions too, but we're going to be studying at these time expressions: before, after, until, also late, early, and some other expressions that we can use. Let's begin. Gerson, would you help me reading the slide?
Yeah. Before means earlier than time or even mentioning
Okay. Mentioned.
mention.
So before means earlier. That's basically something simple. Okay. Manuel, would you help me reading the sentences?
Yes. I woke up before 5 a.m. I met her just before she left.
Okay. So I woke up before 5 a.m. So first wake up and after that 5 a.m. So earlier than 5 a.m. It could have been 4, 4:30, anytime that's before 5 a.m. That's how you use before. Indicates an early time. Okay, I met her just before she left. So what happens? What happened first? Okay, before first they met and after she left. Hello, Salvador. How are you?
Hello, teacher.
How's it going?
I'm good.
Okay, I'm happy to
Um,
hear that.
I'm ending for dinner.
Okay, okay, that's great. Yeah, you can say I just finished. I just finished dinner. Like that. I typed it on the chat.
Yes.
Yeah, I just
just-
finished it. Hey, we usually use finish. Okay, let us continue. Ronald, would you help me reading this slide?
Okay. We commonly use before with the past simple tense. It suggests that the second event happened soon after the first one.
Okay, one event happens first and before the other event. An event happens first and then another event. Daniel, would you help me reading these examples?
Okay, we commonly use before with
Oh,
the
hold
past.
on. It still hasn't changed.
Yes.
Okay, give me 1 sec. What about now?
Before she left,
Yeah.
she gave everyone a present. She gave everyone a present before she left.
Okay, so the sentences are the same or different?
Is the same.
The same, right? You have this, you call them clauses, right? A sentence that's formed by two clauses. Before she left is one clause. She gave everyone a present, another clause. And most of the times you can interchange the position of those clauses. It can be at the beginning, then at the end, or you can just switch them. Before she left, she gave everyone a present. She gave everyone a present before she left. So one event happens first and the other one happens later, regardless of the order of the clauses. It can be like this or like the other one. So that's the use of before. Let's study the use of after that or after. This is another one. Ronald, would you help me reading after?
Okay. After that is used as a verb to sequence two events. After that is used when describing a list of two or more events.
Okay, so let's see how we use after. Emmanuel, would you help me reading the examples of after?
Yes. I went for a swim after breakfast. After shopping, I went back to work on the farm. This is however, and after 12:00 on Friday will not be accepted.
Okay, so this is the use of after, right? I went for a swim after breakfast. In this case, Emmanuel, what happens first? I went for a swim after breakfast. What action happens first?
Swim.
Are you sure?
Um,
I went for a swim after breakfast.
when? No.
The first action is breakfast, right? Having breakfast. Mhm. You first have breakfast and after that, you go swimming.
Okay.
Okay, what about this one? After shopping, I went back to work on the farm. So what happened? What happened first? Shopping or working on the farm?
Shop.
Shopping, exactly. There you go. Also, you talk about time, right? Essays handed in after 12 on Friday will not be accepted. Ensayos que sean entregados luego de las 12 ya no serán aceptados. That's the use of after. Después, luego. Okay. Salvador, would you help me reading this other example?
Okay. She first worked with ed, worked
Worked.
worked
Worked.
in a hospital, and after that she opened her own shop.
Okay. She first worked in a hospital and after that she opened her own shop. So what happened first, Salvador? She worked in a hospital or opened a shop?
She worked in a hospital.
Yeah, first, right? And after that, she opened her own shop. Yeah, by the way, now that you were asking about the pronunciation of the past, I don't know if I have already explained it, but we only have three pronunciations, right? For the ed endings of the past form of verbs. We have three pronunciations. These are the only pronunciations we have for the ed endings. And this is important because none of them is ed, okay? Ninguno de las tres pronunciaciones del pasado es ed. Entonces, como mínimo, o sea, esto es de práctica, no se trata que de la noche a la mañana ya podemos pronunciar todos los verbos en pasado, los regulares, claro. Pero es una cuestión de práctica, pero como mínimo se espera que no digamos it, ¿ok? Por ejemplo, stop it, walk it, try it, or play it, or decide it. Bueno, decide it sí, eso no, eso es otro. Any other, right? Todos los que terminan en ed, como mínimo, no debemos pronunciarlo así. Porque ninguna, nunca suena así. Tiene tres pronunciaciones. One is, it's just the sound. This is the first one. The second one is the. The third one, it. No, it's not ed or ed, it's it. It's a really short sound. The same sound that you find in sit, fit, ship. Okay, lip, lick, and so on. That same sound. So the ed ending, even though it has an e, the vowel e, it is it is silent. The e is not pronounced. There's only one case where you pronounce it, like it, and it is with verbs that end in verbs ending in T or D. Only there it actually has a sound, like decide, need, suggest, want. Todos los verbos que terminan en D, en el sonido de la D, o en T, son los únicos casos donde la finalización ed de los pasados se pronuncia como it. Es el único caso donde la e realmente tiene un sonido, que es e, no es e, es e. It's a short sound. So you say decided, needed. No es decided ni needed, it's needed, decided, suggested, wanted, and so on. Y todos aquellos ejemplos, ¿verdad? Que pueden terminar en T o en I. Luego de eso, que no serán muchos, ¿verdad? Los verbos que pueden terminar en T o en D, pero aún así no suena como ed. Luego de eso están las finalizaciones en t or t. For example, you say stopped, washed, crushed. And then you have some others like tried. You have some others like, I'll put them here, tried. You have some others like played. Okay, cried, tried. So you see, I don't say stop it or wash it or crush it or try it or play it. No, never. So you pronounce them two ways. Ya en la práctica realmente no se hace mucha diferencia entre si se pronuncia como t y como t. Entonces, pronúncialo con la forma que le salga más fácil. Si le sale más fácil decir t, pronúncialo así. Si le sale más fácil, t, lo pronuncian así. So you say stopped, washed, crashed, tried, played, cried. Okay? And any other verb. Solamente los que terminan en T de nuevo, o los que terminan en D, se van a pronunciar con it. Decided, needed, suggested, wanted. Again, this is a matter of practice. Es una cuestión de práctica, ¿verdad? Pero al menos mientras nos familiarizamos, está la clave que les doy. Pronúncialo siempre, pronúncielos la mayoría de ellos como t o como t. Ya luego, la pronunciación it va a ser por lógica, ¿verdad? No pueden pronunciar este verbo decide y después decided, no. O needed, no. Suggested, no funciona. Hay que agregarle una sílaba más, un sonido de vocal. Tampoco want, no van a pronunciarlo wanted y esperar que suene como pasado. Ni suggest, no. Needed, es cuestión de lógica en lo que viene a ser el tercer sonido. Pero todo lo demás, t o t. Is there any question related to the pronunciation? Or any doubt? Any question, any doubt?
No.
Okay. Maybe we can get some time to do some practice on this someday. There's a useful website that we can use for this. I will try to make the time to practice the pronunciation. Okay, so after that, let's look at this one. Let's see. Daniel, would you help me reading the following slide?
After is not usually used alone as a verb, as an adverb.
As an adverb.
Adverb.
Okay.
Continue and continue.
Yeah, with examples.
She first worked in a hospital, and after she opened her own shop. We went to see a film and after we discussed it.
Okay, so this is what you don't have to do. Eso es lo que no se debe de hacer. Utilizar after solo como un adverbio, ¿verdad? Para explicar qué pasó primero, luego otro suceso. Ok, para eso podemos utilizar el anterior. After that. Okay. O utilizamos after that o no lo utilizamos en ese sentido para referirnos a luego y después. No. She first worked in a hospital and after she opened her own shop. Este es un error común, ¿verdad? Utilizar after para unir sucesos. Pues, ¿qué pasa primero? El siguiente. Primero trabajó en un hospital y luego abrió su propia tienda. We don't use it like that. We went to see a film and after we discussed it. No, we don't use it like that either. It's not used like that. You have to use after that. She first worked in a hospital and after that, she opened her own shop. We went to see a film and after that, we discussed it. Ahí sí tiene sentido. Pero para evitar esto, en lugar de esto, we can use later and then. Okay. These are the two words we use in that sense. Let's see. Emmanuel, would you help me reading this slide?
Instead, we use later and then. She first worked in a she first worked in a hospital and then she opened her own shop. We went to see a film and we discussed it later.
Okay, so these are the same sentences, right? Son las mismas oraciones que las anteriores. ¿Cuál cree que suena mejor? She first worked in a hospital and after she opened her own shop. We went to see a film and after we discussed it. Or she first worked in a hospital and then she opened her own shop. We went to see a film and we discussed it later.
In the second part.
So this is what we use. After no lo utilizamos como en los ejemplos anteriores, para referirnos a then or later. En lugar de eso utilizamos then or later, ¿verdad? Para referirnos luego, como un adverbio. Okay. She first worked in the hospital and then she opened her own shop. By the way, right? Worked. This is try to practice right. Two pronunciations. Or the. So you say she first worked in a hospital, worked, and you join it. Y por lo general, cuando continúa una vocal, se junta el sonido. Worked in a hospital. She first worked in a hospital, and then she opened her own shop. So it's not worked, it's not open it, right? It's worked, opened. Yeah, and the same here. Discussed. So two sounds, t and t. Let's move on. Now we have how to use then, right? Gerson, would you help me reading then?
Okay. Then is used to sequence or order events.
Okay, to sequence or order events. Would you help me reading the examples, Gerson?
Yeah. He picked up one box and then he picked up another one. He said something and then rode ahead. He saw him and then she ran straight into the fence.
Okay, so you see you are sequencing events. Están describiendo la secuencia de los eventos. He picked up one box and then he picked up another one. She said something and then rode ahead. One thing happens first and then another thing happens. Two events joined by the conjunction then. Again, that's the way we use it. We cannot replace this then with after. Remember that? We cannot use after in these situations. Okay, we have when. Ronald, would you help me reading when?
Okay. We use when as a conjunction, but conjunction means at the time that.
At the time that, okay?
Time
En el momento de. Okay, can you help me reading the examples?
Nobody spoke when he came into the room. He was in his room when he heard an explosion. When I opened my wallet, I dropped my money.
All right. So, as you can see, these situations happen at the moment that you're doing something else. You were in the room and nobody spoke when she came. He was in his room when he heard explosion. When I opened my wallet, I dropped the money. So basically the two actions happen at the same time. Okay. The moment that the other action is happening. Okay, we have also until. Let's look at until. Salvador, would you help me reading until?
Until as a preposition means up to the time that.
Okay, up to or up to the time that. Let's look at some examples. Would you help me reading them?
We play chess until midnight, up to midnight.
Okay, we play chess until midnight, up to midnight. Okay. Jugamos ajedrez hasta medianoche. That's until, hasta. Okay. Can you play chess, Salvador?
Yes.
Are you good or so-so?
I'm good.
Okay, that's great. That's great. I,
I think.
yeah, I'm sure you are. I'm sure you are. I
Yeah.
learned, I learned to play chess too, but a
In
long
my
time ago.
in the school,
Okay,
um, there are no there are a subject.
really, there was a
Yeah.
subject
Yeah.
about chess.
Yes.
That is great. That is great. It's an interesting game.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, can you help me read the other example?
The film didn't end till or
Till, till. Mhm.
till 11 o'clock.
Okay, till is the same as until.
Okay.
It's just an informal way to say it. Solamente es una forma informal, ¿verdad? De decir until. Se escribe con doble L. Till. The film didn't end till 11 o'clock. Okay, la
Okay.
película no terminó hasta las 11. Okay. Es lo mismo, solamente es una forma más informal, pero es común.
Okay.
All right. Let's look at late. Emmanuel, would you help me with late?
Yes, late. Coming or remaining after the due, usual, or proper time.
Okay. This word is just the way we know it. Let's see. Daniel, would you help me with examples?
Okay, she go to work late and I was late for class.
Okay. In your case, Daniel, are you a late comer or not?
Uh yes, I think I'm a late common.
You get late to your job or to the
Yes, yes. I like to enjoy my time and enjoy my time a lot, and I late to the work
okay.
for that.
Yeah. Yeah, if you don't have any problem, that's good.
Yes, yes, I don't have problems.
Okay. And we also have what would be the opposite. Gerson, would you help me with early?
Early means near the beginning of a period of time or event.
Okay. For example,
We'll have to get up early to catch the flight. It's early in the morning. The meetings now taking place in March, 2 months earlier.
earlier, right? That's the comparative form of early. Okay, earlier. Más temprano. Okay, the meeting is now taking place in March, 2 months earlier. So it was supposed to be on May, right? 2 months later. And we also have around. Let's see, Ronald, would you help me with around?
Okay. Around. It means approximately,
Approximately.
approximately the same time, not exactly the same time.
Okay, approximately. That's the meaning of around.
Okay.
We use it usually with time. Would you help me reading the examples?
Okay. When does his train get in? Around about 10 o'clock, usually, but you can never be sure this day.
Okay, so usually we use around or about when we are not sure about the time of something. And when does his train get in? Around 10, about 10. You can use the two, around 10 o'clock or about 10 o'clock. That means that you are not sure. It can be before or later. Okay, would you help me with the other one?
Yes. what time should I come? Come about around 8.
Exactly. Come about 8, come around 8. You can use the two again, about or around, and it means the same, approximately 8. It can be 7:30, it can be 8:30, 30 minutes earlier, 30 minutes later. It's around. Okay, I guess that's the end of presentation. Yeah, was that? So that's basically the explanation on this, right? There's another topic that I want us to look at is about collocations. Yesterday we were talking about collocations, and there is a very common topic that has to do with sports and activities that is related to collocations, and it's basically these verbs: do, go, and play. When we want to make difference between these verbs, can sometimes be a little complicated. We're going to quickly look at this and then have some practice. So we're going to learn how to use the verbs do, go, and play. Let's see. Salvador, can you help me read when we use play?
Okay. When we use, what? Okay, we play in a team or individual against another team or person.
Okay, so when we use a ball, when we play in a team, individually against other team, sometimes we use play.
I play guitar.
Also, in the case of music, we use play too. Yeah, we don't say touch like in Spanish. In Spanish, you say tocar, right? But in English, you say play. Okay, would you help me reading the examples?
I play tennis. He plays football. They play badminton.
Okay, so most of the times related to sports, like playing with a ball, football, badminton, tennis, and also you use play with when you are in a team, like or competing against someone else, like in video games. You also use play. Let's continue. Okay, this is about go. Let's see, Emmanuel, can you help me read when we use go?
Okay. ing sports.
Okay, we use go when we have sports that end in ing. Es cuando tenemos aquellos deportes que terminan en ing. Sports ending in ing. There we use go. For example, Emmanuel, can you help me reading?
Yes. I go snowboarding. He goes
Scuba diving.
scuba diving.
So when we have these sports ending in ing, we usually use go. And we also have here the case of do. Gerson, would you help me reading when we use do?
Recreational activities, non-teams, sport or sports. A ball is not used like martial arts.
Okay, at sports where you don't use a ball, donde no se utiliza un balón. Deportes donde no se hacen equipos y actividades recreacionales, como artes marciales. For example, would you help me reading, Gerson?
I do gymnastics and I do judo.
Okay, I do gymnastics and judo. Those are some, yeah, they can be sports, but usually you have teams like competing. Yeah, you compete against one person sometimes, like in the case of judo. And yeah, basically that's it. We're just going to be having some practice on the collocations and also with the before and until. Let's begin with before, after, and until. We have here 8 sentences. You will help me complete them with these 3, I guess, are the most important adverbs: before, after, and until. Let's begin. Daniel, would you help me completing this sentence?
Um, uh, okay. You play. Until you play computer games, you have to finish your homework.
Okay, what does that mean? Until you play computer games, you have to finish your homework.
If you don't finish your homework, you can't play computer games,
Okay,
I think.
so in that case, you could say it like, it could be a little different. You can play computer games until you finish your homework.
Yes.
That would be the way, but until you play
Oh,
computer
okay.
games, you have to finish your homework. Doesn't make much sense.
Before you play computer games, you have to finish your homework.
Yes, right? In this case, it's before.
Yes.
Before you play computer games, you have to finish your homework.
Okay.
The other sentence was basically the same, okay? You are going to play computer games until you finish your homework. The same, but you need to change the position and add some changes. Let's continue. Ronald, what about this one?
I yeah. Now I
Yep.
eat the eggs before you fry them.
Okay, beat the eggs before you fry them. Exactly. You first beat the eggs and then you fry them. Good job. Emmanuel, your turn with this one.
Um, wash your hands before you go to the toilet. No, no,
Before
no.
you go to the toilet.
After.
After.
After. After.
Okay.
Yes.
You can do it both, right? It can be before and after, but usually it has, yeah, but usually it has to be after, right? That is what you are expected to do. Salvador, what about this one?
Fry the sauce.
Sausages,
What is this?
salchichas.
Ah,
Fry the sausages.
what is slightly?
Slightly means like relativamente o un poco, okay, algo
Ah,
leve, levemente, medianamente, yeah, un poco.
before.
Fry the sausages before they are slightly brown. What does that mean?
Antes.
Yeah, before, but what is the meaning of the sentence?
¿Cómo? How?
Yeah, fry the sausages before they are slightly brown. Okay, como fríe las salchichas antes.
Antes de que se quemen.
Okay. And what does that mean? I guess that in this case you can use until, right? Fry the sausages until they are slightly brown. Okay, fríe las salchichas hasta que estén ligeramente doradas, por así decirlo.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it will be the thing. It makes sense that way, right?
Pensé que se estaban quemando.
No, they're not. You're cooking them. So fry the sausages until they are slightly brown. Okay. Freírlas hasta que estén ligeramente doradas. So, yeah. That's the thing you say. Okay, let's see. Daniel, your turn.
Um, After you cut the mangoes into slice, you put them on a plate.
Exactly. After you cut them, you put them on a plate. Great job. Gerson, what about this one?
Wash the rice before you cook them.
Okay. Wash the rice before you cook them. Yes. Okay. Emmanuel, what about this one?
We have to wait until he arrives.
We have to wait until he arrives. Good job. And the last one for Ronald.
After you leave the room, turn off the light.
Okay. After you leave, turn off the light. Is that possible? So what action happens first?
Turn off.
Leaving, right? If you say after you leave, turn off the light, it's like apaga la luz después de que te vayas. It's not possible, right?
Yes.
Yeah, maybe not.
Before.
Before you leave, turn off the light.
Yes.
Yeah, because it cannot be the opposite, right? You cannot turn it off after you have left. So before you leave, turn off the lights. And sometimes it's a little confusing, I know, but the thing is to practice all the time. This is about practice. All right. I don't know. Is there any question or any doubt related to the topic?
For me, it's okay.
Okay. What about the others? Do you have any questions or any doubts?
It's all clear.
Okay.
Yes, clear.
All right. So yeah, basically this was today's class, just to make a review on the collocations and also some adverbs of time or some time expressions like before, until, after. Also the other ones like early, late. I invite you to continue practicing on the platform. You will find exercises related to this in the platform. But in the meantime, this will be all for today's class. Okay, thanks for joining everyone and have a great night and also have a great weekend.
Thank you, teacher, for your time.
Thank you,
Goodbye.
everyone, for joining. Goodbye.
Good
Good night,
night.
everyone. Take care. Have a great weekend.